Hello everybody, welcome back to Ryden Estates. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's Ventonwin video as much as I'll hopefully enjoy recording it later on, because I haven't left this map yet. So today we are cultivating, and I'm actually going to check, is that multi-terrain angle I'm seeing? No, it is decidedly not. I might have to edit the map. I do like me multi-terrain angle. Oh, because of that now, look at the... Oh, I've made a mess. Genius move there, Dave. Genius move. Well, I guess I'm making crooked cultivator lines and probably breaking tines by doing that, but... Oh well. It'll do. So in the last video we did some silage and we did some mowing. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a card in the top right hand corner right about now. Today we're working on cultivating the big field that we spent an age harvesting, and people were complaining I was doing nothing but harvesting, but it's a farm, so you know, it's farm sim. Harvesting is a thing that happens on farms. It's kind of a big thing because it's how farms make money. I've missed quite a lot of the field, so I'm gonna just turn around and pick up the bits that I've missed here. Missed quite a lot of the field, he says, after missing tiny spots. Yep. Only missed this spot so far. See, well, some idiot forgot to take out rock spawn script. That's gonna be fun to deal with, isn't it? Because, it doesn't really spawn rocks, does it? It does have a tendency of spawning massive giant boulders that are a bit unrealistic. And I've just realised they can only be sold at the bale sell point, which is quite a distance away. Fear not though, because I have an idea. Don't quite know how I'm going to carry this out, but I've got an idea. That'll be probably the next episode, because, well, the rest of this field needs cultivating first, and then I'll find out how many boulders I gotta carry. Do I want to up the rock spawn times? Because I can do that if I want. Come on. Make up your mind. There we go. I think we'll just go with the default medium. That's... Do you know, I'm going to come around this again after when I'm finished doing this first pass cultivating and just pick up the bits that I've missed. Now I'm doing this manually because why not? Ow. That actually really hurt. What I've just done is I've punched me gear stick. So let's hop into cab here. We'll cultivate like a true 1960s style farmer. In the least straight lines seen since the circle was invented. Because why should I do anything straight? Please don't pop into infinity. Thank you very much, Bale. I'll pick you up later. Now that straw... I know there's quite a lot of straw left on the field. There's probably still a good 20-30 bales worth of straw on the field. The reason I'm not picking it up is because I can't be bothered. It's just as easy for me to cultivate the straw under as it is for me to go around and bale it. In fact, it's easier for me to cultivate the straw under and come in later and just pick up the stray bales. I know I'm missing that entire, like, half of the field, but fear not, it'll be done. Eventually. In time. My concern with the rock spawn script is I will need to be getting modern equipment to do it. So, there will be a slight... I'm still going to use small stuff, because I do have a vehicle in mind to work with. My concern, though, is that it's going to be quite costly, so I might need to do a lot of silage. I love how I keep saying, you know, oh, I don't like doing silage because it's kind of cheating. It's just an easy way to make infinite money. And then, you know, as soon as I need money, oh, I should probably do silage. It's easy money. So that is the way I think. Is like I am a hypocrite. I will say one thing and do another. There's another bale. I hope I don't bop that into infinity either. Ooh, that's quite a big rock that's just spawned. Some of you are probably wondering why I do use the rock spawn script, seeing as it spawns boulders. The reason is I kind of like the aspect of it spawning rocks and giving me a challenge. You know, it's something else to worry about in the game. Because otherwise you just cultivate and then immediately seed, whereas now I have to cultivate and then go around the field picking up rocks before I can start seeding, which I think is really nice. It's a lot more realistic as well, because in reality, what's done is you would rent or buy or get your hands on a de-rocker, which is, I think, a machine of some description. I've seen it in action. I can't remember exactly how it works. It's a lot like a potato harvester, and what it does is you plow the ground, you cultivate it a bit, and then you get the de-rocker in to get rid of the bigger rocks. The smaller pebbles are kind of negligible in terms of damage to equipment, but rocks this size are known to come out of the ground at times, regardless of how often the field is used. You plow it enough, you're going to churn up the ground enough that it's going to work a rock free, and it's going to work its way upwards in the soil. You'd think it'll work its way downwards. No, it probably would work its way upwards, just because you're churning the soil upwards. When you're plowing and when you're cultivating, you're churning it upwards. So there will be a bit of upward mobility of rocks. And as well as that, occasionally rocks will just randomly form in the ground over time, and you'll have issues with them. Who is it has a lot of problems with big rocks in their fields? I think the Funky Farmer actually has rock issues. If you look at his videos where he's got the contractors in plowing, and they do most of the work for him. If you look at the videos where he's got the contractors in doing the plowing for him, you'll see that they are the plowing and the cultivating, and even some of the seeding videos he has. You'll see that he has issues with high-lying rocks that apparently, he works quite rocky ground. Which is a bit of a shame for him, really, because it does mean his yields will be slightly decreased because he can't quite get the crops in, well, some crops in, as deeply as they possibly should be going, and maybe the ground beneath, maybe the root systems can't take hold as well, because, they hit into a rock and then they've got to spray out and interfere with other roots. That can't be fun for him. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just start doing a bit of cleanup around here real quick. I'm going to ignore this section here because that's going to be effectively headland. I do know that when you're cultivating you want to do the headland last, because you don't want to be doing exactly what I'm doing and just driving randomly across the field. So just do as I say, not as I do, okay? It's good life advice. Because I'll usually do what I say don't. I'll usually tell you not to do something and then 5 minutes later start doing it myself. Probably will put multi-terrain angle into this map. And Lancy, if you're watching, it's just because I like the script. There's nothing wrong with the map, I just like having multi-terrain angle in maps because it gives me a better idea of what I've been doing wrong. In terms of seeding and cultivating and even ploughing, it just looks a little bit nicer to have the lines follow what you've actually done. That's quite easy to install when you don't muck it up like I did on Little Town and ruin a field. It's quite easy to install and unfortunately very easy to screw up. So I know this is a very unrealistic way of cultivating, but it's the best that I can do. Let's get that bit there. Is there any more that needs to be cultivated in? Yep, just over here. Awesome. So yeah, I'm likely to install the multi-terrain angle script, and possibly one or two more just to pad out the map a small bit. And that's just personal preference things. Like I always say, you know, mods and maps are there to be edited. That's why I edit my seeders so much. I mean, if there's something you think a map is missing, put it in yourself. If you think something in a map is broken, try and fix it yourself. Unless it's an inherent issue with the map, that's nothing to do with personal preference, you should always try and fix things like that yourself. The only thing that I've fixed ever that's been an inherent issue with the map is the sell point, not the sell point, the reset point on this map. That's the only time I've ever decided, okay, that's an inherent issue with the map. I'm going to fix it myself because it's a bit easier to fix than to wait for, let's say, another version of the map to come out or whatever. So if you've got this map, the reset point will be actually up there somewhere, right over the center of this field. That is an inherent problem in the map. I have let Lancey know, he's aware of it, so maybe there'll be another version down the line where he's fixed that. Maybe that version's already out. I'm going to continue on with this version of the map because basically I've got a vague idea what I'm doing at this point. Now I think he's got the... I don't know what scripts he's got in this map already, so I'm going to have to do some investigating in Giant's Editor most likely next time I've got the map open, because I do plan on doing a few small edits. Because it's me. And for those of you who don't know, because I don't think Simulate actually realized this himself, it's perfectly fine to edit a map without the map maker's permission or without the mod maker's permission. The only thing you can't do is release that edit. So we'll say my edit of Coldborough can't be released, my edit of Littletown can't be released. If I asked Lance, it probably could be, but my edits tend to be quite subtle and just small changes. I know there's a Coldborough edit out on FSUK that, you know, there's some quite sweeping changes. Honestly, I don't really like it because I prefer my own version of the map where I've made more subtle changes and just swap textures and whatnot. I know Pedro does the same, Simulate does the same, or, you know, if a texture isn't quite right in our opinion, we'll swap it out, we'll fix it. I don't even want to say fix it, you know, we'll make it suit what we think suits. It suits the map or the feel we want to go for with, you know, a series or whatever, or even just a function we want added to the map. So if I wanted, say, a compost master on here, I would add a compost master into the map. If I wanted a seed master, I'd do that. If I wanted a potato washer, I'd do that. Yeah, it's not a kind of, oh well, this is the way the map is, it has to stay that way forever, blah blah blah, that some people seem to think it is. It's, you know, you take a map, you play it for a while, you start almost taking notes in your head of what could be better about it for you at a personal level. And this is advice I give to people who want to make mods and make maps. The single best thing you can do if you want to learn how to make a map and if you want to learn how to do Giant's Editor and how to do some of the stuff that I've done or Simulate's done or even, you know, Lancey's done here, is to... Is this rain coming in? That's suddenly very misty. The best thing you can do is open the map in Giant's Editor and start tinkering. Because, you know, you'll likely break it the first few times you try. But over time, you'll get used to what you're trying to do, you'll learn the little tricks, and you'll do it in your own way. And, in time again, you'll start gaining confidence, and maybe, 3 or 6 months down the line, you'll decide, hey, I can do this, I can, I can make a map, and you'll download a starter map. Also, with starter maps, my genuine advice is don't ever get one that has scripts in. Because if you want to convert something that has scripts in into... Especially if you're making one for... If you're going to start a map in the next few weeks for FS17... download a blank starter map, work on it in Giant Setter for FS15. Once there's a map out for FS17, let's say the sample mod map, or even you can modify... You can turn one of the base game maps into a mod reasonably easily, and that's probably what I'm going to do. If I were... That's what I'd probably do if I was working on a map. Not that I am. Oops. But, you know, that's what a lot of people do. And, you know, it's just... I'm going to commend somebody here, and I don't usually do this. I'm going to commend Tom-X55. Because I know I've given him a bit of stick over things that I didn't like about his maps in the past. But that's... I don't think I was right to do that. I'm going to be honest. Because he makes his maps for him and his friends to play on, and he releases them out of his own kindness, you know, the kindness of his heart. So while I might not like the models he uses or whatever, I don't think it's my place to tell him, oh, I think you know, I think you did this wrong, I think you did that wrong. If he enjoys it, that's what he enjoys, and that's how it's going to be his map. I think that's the single most important thing about map making. I know I'm kind of going off on weird tangents all of a sudden. This is... I don't mind this, but, you know, it is weird. But, you know, every map maker is going to have their own style. You know, Bullet Bill goes for almost photorealism in his maps. If you look up Colbert Park Farm in Google Maps, you will find the real Colbert Park Farm, and it is scarily close to the real thing. I've seen another couple of maps where it's like terrifyingly true to life, and almost off-putting. But Colbert's actually the worst for me, because I do... Like, I know I don't play it on the channel anymore, but I do still love that map, and I probably, like, even outside of any midweek streams I do, I'm probably going to actually return to playing on that map. Just as casual play. Because I think it's one of those maps that I just can't leave behind ever, and if I'm not playing it on YouTube, I'm going to play it for myself. But it's like looking at it on Google Maps, you just look at the kind of plan view from the satellite, and you think, oh, that's where I'd store my harvester, that's where my seeder goes, that's where, you know, that's where I get my fertilizer, that's, you know, this thing, and that's there, and wow, this is terrifying. That's where I keep hitting that's the tree I keep hitting, you know, that kind of stuff, and it's amazing, but terrifying all the same. And I do know that cultivating isn't the most exciting thing, which is why I'm trying to keep some sort of constant narrative. I know it's got nothing to do with this game and this map, but hey, why not? And something I've meant to say on Monday was that if you are on Discord, on my Discord, keep an eye on the Simulator News channel, because a lot of the guys on there follow Farm Sim News a lot more than I do, and they'll be posting the absolute latest updates they can get their hands on. I'm amazed by how quickly they get their hands on this stuff. But what I do is I keep an eye out for giveaways and whatnot from developers. So twice in the past few days, I put random posts in there saying, hey guys, and it's just been coincidental, hey guys, SCS is doing a giveaway, here's how to, you know, get your free DLC from them. So the first one was and hopefully you'll have seen it by now, because I'm planning on bringing ATS and ETS back this week. The first one was the wheel pack, the steering wheel pack for ATS. Hopefully that contains some amazing stuff. I haven't quite had a chance to look into it yet. And the second one was actually on Friday, which was the Schwarzmüller trailer pack. So, for the first time, Euro Truck Simulator has licensed trailers as a DLC, which is really bizarre. Now, SCS do have minimum requirements for these giveaways, you know, you have to have X number of hours, and conveniently I've had like over that in both games. I think the ATS one was, oh well, you have to have at least 5 hours in the game, which I think anybody who wants a DLC is going to have at least 5 hours in the game. The Euro Truck one was a bit more extreme, because they were only going to give away the DLC to people who had 50 hours or more. Which I didn't think I had until somebody pointed out, no dude, you've got like 85. Okay, that's significantly more than expected. I think I'm making good progress in this field though. We might actually be able to get it we won't be able to get it on the video. Time is against us. And because cultivating isn't the most exciting thing in the world, I think I'll end sooner rather than later. I don't want to have you guys sit through... I don't want to try and put you guys through half an hour of me just driving up and down a field in weird ways, talking about random nonsense that pops into my head. Which, I know, is like 90% of my videos, but, you know, it's... I don't know. If you haven't noticed, by the way, I am trying to be a bit more laid back. I know I'm still kind of... you know, I'm keeping certain aspects of what I've done over the past couple of months when I was trying to be someone I'm not. But I am injecting more of me. At the same time, I am just, you know, a bit more laid back, a bit more relaxed, and that is definitely something that suits me. Probably helps that I'm wearing my glasses today, so you can't see that, but I am. Just because my eyes are a bit sore for some reason. I think it's because I haven't been sleeping well again. I don't think I'll ever sleep well. But that's just going to be a thing, is like I'll always complain that I haven't slept well. Mainly because I keep ending up on TeamSpeak with the guys until like 4 AM, and somebody leaves, I check the time on my computer, I'm like, ah, nuts, I've done it again. I was meant to be in bed at midnight. Which is early by my standards. It's like, what? I guess I'm going to bed at 4 AM again. Well done, Dave. Yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. I'm gonna leave it here because I don't want you guys to be sitting through half an hour of me just going up and down this field. I think we've made quite a... Considering we're using this tiny cultivator, I think we've made a seriously good start to this field. Actually quite scarily good. I'm concerned by my newfound cultivating skills. Can it be... Is cultivating a skill now? Because if so, I'm claiming it as one. If it's not a skill, I'm claiming it as one anyway, but... I mean, considering how small this cultivator is, we've made quite good progress over the last, what, 20 minutes? Or so. But I think it's about time to leave you guys go about the rest of your day. Just because like I said, I don't want you guys to be getting bored and saying, "Oh my God, Dave, why did you make us sit through all half an hour of that?" So if you did enjoy the video somehow, despite it being cultivating, which I know isn't the most exciting thing in the world, please do hit the like button. If you're new and you're insane enough to have enjoyed this as well, or if you just enjoyed my personality, I guess, please do remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you got anything to say, like, why are you cultivating for 20 minutes? That's really boring. Please do leave a comment below saying that. And if you've made it this far in the video, leave a comment saying, Dave, do the electric boogaloo, or something like that. I'm probably going to forget I told you guys to say this and wonder when this video goes out why everybody's saying Dave, do the electric boogaloo, but that's going to entertain me either way. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Ryden Estates. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.